I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Thunderstorms continue to develop near a cold front through this evening in central, southwest, and eastern Nebraska. Storms could be severe through this evening at 10, with hail to the size of ping pong balls and wind gusts up to 60. The highest risk is along and east of Highway 81, where there's mostly a slight risk of level 2 of 5. Far southeast Nebraska to extreme eastern Kansas are in an enhanced risk, a level 3 of 5. After highs this afternoon, mostly in the 70s, we'll see highs cool into the 60s to the low 70s tomorrow, with northwest winds gusting up to about 40. Showers may persist in Nebraska for tomorrow into Wednesday. Patchy frost is possible tomorrow night and Wednesday night for areas along and west of a line from Greeley to Lexington. Highs Wednesday through Sunday, mainly in the mid-60s to the low 70s for much of Nebraska, in the mid-70s to the low 80s over southwest Nebraska to northern Kansas. Occasional chances of rain and thunderstorms return for Thursday night into Sunday. Checking the long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures likely to be cooler than normal this Memorial Day weekend through early next week before turning more seasonal or near normal the middle of next week through the first day of June. During late May, central Nebraska highs are typically in the mid to upper 70s with average overnight lows in the low 50s. Above normal rainfall continues for Nebraska and Kansas this weekend through June 1st, especially for Kansas this weekend through early next week. Key weather factors impacting the markets include western wheat areas in the southern plains turning drier, wet and stormy weather across the Corn Belt, and dryness concerns in Europe, China, and Australia. Low pressure across the north-central U.S. drifts southeastward, reaching the mid-Atlantic coast around midweek. Chilly weather behind the storm could result in another round of frost this week in parts of the north-central U.S., extending into Thursday morning. Severe thunderstorms remain a threat along the storm's cold front, especially later today from the southeastern plains into the mid-south and mid-Mississippi Valley. Additional rainfall totals 1 to 4 inches, with locally higher amounts from the northern and eastern plains into the Midwest, Mid-South, and Mid-Atlantic. Only spotty rain occurs across the Deep South, aside from some midweek rain in southern Texas. Completely dry weather covers much of the southwestern U.S. from California to western Texas. Across western areas of the southern plains, very little rain, and the drier trend is a concern for filling wheat. A storm moves into the plains late this weekend and then moves east through the Corn Belt early next week. Another disturbance tracks across the northern U.S. later next week and weekend. Temperatures are mostly warm west of the Rockies and cooler to the east. In Europe, drier conditions the last few months are worrisome for some locations of France, Germany, and the UK, but multiple chances are starting to show up for needed rain, which benefits winter grains getting into the reproductive stages of growth. Australia's continued large-scale dryness is unfavorable for developing wheat. The wheat belt of Australia may see showers track west to east Thursday through the upcoming weekend. Central China, that has seen some recent rain, continues to see overall dry conditions stress wheat in the reproductive to filling stages, as well as recently planted corn and soybeans. Northern China's corn and soybean areas have better soil moisture, but very cold temperatures are slowing the planting progress. With your check of ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.